So I just talked to Coach Hardesty about you, and I was asking him not just about your style of play on the field, but who you are off of the field. It's obvious that you're a spark plug for this team, that you're a big personality. So how do you feel like your personality off of the field translates into the player that you are on the field?
I feel like it goes hand in hand. You know, I pride myself in being one of the players that are considered the glue. You know, I'm one of the guys that can come in at any given time, and if something's going on, you can come to me, and I'm gonna try my best to change the outcome or make the situation better. But yeah, I feel like it goes hand in hand because, like I was telling someone else, I pride myself in not allowing myself to consider a day of mine to be a bad day. You know, of course there's ups and downs throughout any person's day or human, but at the end of the day, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that God has just blessed me to be able to exhale another breath each day. So carrying that along to the field is easy. You know, it's like second nature, especially when I have so much love for the game.
Where do you think that point in your career came where you got to that mental state where you're like, yeah, I might be having a bad day, but I'm still blessed to be here. I'm still excited to be playing football?
In my life, I think that point came somewhere.
It's too healthy.
Somewhere between the end of my junior season and the middle of my senior season. But career-wise, I've always been like that, like I mentioned, because I have so much love for the game. Anytime I step on the field, anything I'm going through that day, or positively or negatively, I release it. So it's kind of easy to just transform into that person. Well, not even transform, but mold into that person.
People talk about your style of play on the outside, but for you, if you were to describe your style of play, your personality on the field, how you are as a running back, how would you describe it, Juju?
Unorthodox.
Okay.
Because it's unmatched, but it's like to the point where everybody knows who I am. So it's like I'm recognizable, but it's something I really love because to the guys, I'm a help. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I'm not a teammate. They look at me as a brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's something I'll live with for the rest of my life.
As you get older on this team and you're mentoring some of these younger guys, what kind of advice can you give to them as they come into the program and start to establish their places?
The biggest pieces of advice I've been giving out would probably be persistence, consistency, because a lot of the guys, no matter who you are as a freshman, as a young kid coming in, you're going to struggle with consistency, especially in a program like this. So I've been trying to teach them how to go along about that and not to get caught up so much in mistakes and just learning how to progress and fix those mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Working with some guys who have transferred in the running back room, what's the energy in there been like so far this season, and what's it like working with these new guys?
It's been amazing. It's spectacular, actually. The energy is crazy because it's unmatched. I've never been in a running back room like this before. We treat each other like brothers, like literally everybody. Like one guy could go have a conversation with another guy. The same guy could go have the exact same conversation with another guy, and nothing's gonna change. Like we're so compatible with each other, and that's one thing I love about it. Another guy asked me like, what could you describe the running back room in one sentence? I was just like, weird. We're all weird. Like we're weird in our own specific way, but it's to the point where it makes us weird together, and that makes us who we are.
Juju, when we talked a few months ago, we talked about the things that you like to do off of the field. And you told me you like to listen to a lot of music, you like to write poetry, you like to journal. Are you still doing those things? And then as a result of like being able to kind of express how you feel off the field and have those outside of football hobbies, how does that help you when you come here into this facility and have to be a football player for this team?
It helps a lot, you know. I haven't been able to hunt as much because I've been at school, but I've definitely still been listening to a lot of music, doing a lot of illustrative type things, drawing, poetry, because it helps me cope. I'm a extreme mental enthusiast. So anything that could expand the mind, I'm for it, you know. And those are the type things that keep me sane as a person, especially outside of football. Allowing myself to not just be labeled as a football player and still be able to cope. Using the coping mechanisms that I grew up with has been good, and it helps me a lot. It allows me to come in with a free mind.
So Luke, coming into another year for South Carolina, what about this team stands out to you? What about it is maybe different from other teams that you've played on over the years?
I think just how close we are. You know, obviously Coach Beamer came in here last year, and that was one of the main things that, you know, he kind of, you know, preached to us was he wanted everybody to be close and to be a tight-knit group. And I think we're really starting to see it this year with, you know, just the guys that have come in and just how well that they've gelled with everybody else here. And even coming back from the bowl game, we just picked up right where we left off. So I think just, you know, just seeing how that kind of progressed from January to where we are now, I think that's going to translate into fall camp, and just everybody is as close as we've been thus far. So obviously we've got a long camp ahead and a long season ahead. So I think it's just gonna get tighter.
When people talk about leaders on the team, whether it's your teammates or coaches, a lot of them bring up your name. Has that always been the type of player that you are, someone that just naturally wants to lead, or was that something that you kind of morphed into maybe in high school or at the beginning of your time at Carolina? I
think I've always been like that. My dad always tells a story when because he coached my little soccer team back in the day. I was off goofing around and doing something, and like everybody was doing the same thing I did, and he pulled me out of practice and you know kind of sat me down. I was like, listen, like, people watch you, they do what you do because like you're a leader. And I think that was like the first time that I was like, yeah, I am. So I think I just took that and kind of made it my own, because I truly take pride in that. It's just being one of those guys that everybody can depend on, everybody can count on, and no matter what, I'm going to support, you know, everybody in the best way that I can.
Who are some of those younger guys on the team so far that have really impressed you?
Kylie Horton on the offensive side. He's been awesome, just the way that, you know, he runs routes, and just he's a really big guy. So it's a big target downfield. So hopefully we're gonna, you know, take advantage of that and just the things that he can do. And then on the defensive side, Anthony Rose, you know, he's shown signs of being a really great defensive player. You know, we can put him anywhere on the field and he's going to go make a play. So kind of reminds me a little bit of J.C. Horn, just in the way that he carries himself on the field and just goes about his business and does it well. So I think those are two guys that are going to be, you know, pretty exciting to watch in camp.
Quarterback room stacked this year, whether it's you, Spencer, Braden, some of the new guys that are coming in. What's it been like working with them, and then just having that level of talent in the room? Coach Beamer always talks about competition. How does it drive that factor of what this program really wants to emphasize?
I think it really comes down to, you know, putting everybody in a position that they can go and succeed. And I think having, you know, me, Spencer, Braden, Tanner, you know, all those guys in the same room, you know, we're going to constantly compete every single day. We're going to push each other, but we're also going to have each other's backs no matter what, regardless of who's out there on the field. You know, we're going to do everything we can to support them, whether it be, like I said, me, Spencer, Tanner, Braden, Colton. Like, it doesn't matter. They're going to be in a position to succeed, and they know that they've got 110 guys behind them that, you know, have their backs.
All right, so Antoine, first off, I've got to start by asking you, where did the nickname Juice come from?
When I was younger, I played pee-wee ball. I just used to juice the ball. Like I think my dad gave me that name. At first it was Mac Truck or something like that. I think I was running people over, and then I just started juicing the ball, making plays, and that's where it came from.
Well, I love it. It's very different. Haven't heard a nickname like that before. For you, though, being here at South Carolina and with it being your first season here, how do you feel like you've been gelling with the team so far?
I think I did pretty good. You know, it's a lot of friendly competition going on. You know, we all be talking and running our mouths out there, but that don't do nothing to bring the best out of us, you know. So I definitely been, you know, bonding with the guys on and off the field. It's been cool.
I asked Corey the same question, but in terms of what you feel like you've improved on throughout the off season, what are you most excited to display on the field this fall?
Just making plays. You know, I want to make all the plays. You know, I just want to go out there and have fun, you know, and bring the best out of the guys and motivate the guys for sure.
How would you describe your style of play and your personality when you're out there on the field?
So I could say I'm more so like a Steve Smith personality. You know, I got that dog in me. You know, I'm not backing down from nobody. You know, and style of game, I say I want to say like Keenan Allen, a little bit of Devontae Adams, something like that. You know, this is somewhere in there. You know, I got a little twitch in me, a little good route running and stuff like that.
What about this team stands out to you? What do you think the major strengths of the team this year are?
So what stands out to me is, you know, our hunger and aggression. You know, you could tell that we hungry. You could tell that we want to, you know, go out there and prove to the doubters that, you know, we can definitely be a championship team this year.
So first day of practice officially for fall tomorrow. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling heading into it this year, maybe compared to last year? Now that you've, you know, had another year under your belt at South Carolina.
I think this year I'm a little more relaxed. I'm also still very confident, but I'm more relaxed now. I am excited though. I don't want to seem like I'm not excited. I'm definitely excited. Let's get another opportunity to go do more things. You know what I'm saying? Have another opportunity to go show off my talents and do multiple things. You know what I'm saying? Be a reliable source to my teammates. So I'm definitely still excited.
Talk about the multiple talents that you have, and whether that's you playing receiver, being in the quarterback position. For you, how do you kind of balance, like, still being able to keep your skills high at every single position, making sure that you're checking the boxes everywhere, and being your best no matter where they put you?
Yeah, for sure. I think that goes into like off-season preparation. You know what I'm saying? Kind of still working at both throughout the off-season. So I'm fresh come this time tomorrow, because I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just kind of having myself prepared so I'm available and ready mentally to do anything. I think that's the most important.
A lot of people have talked about Coach Luke Day and what he's been able to do for this program during the off season. How have you seen what he's done in the weight room translate into your game on the field? Easily
physically, my physical capabilities, definitely my mental state of mind too, the things that we've been through throughout the summer. It takes me back mentally through the hard things that we did this summer, and it kind of correlates, you know what I'm saying? So him instilling that in us in the off season, having a hard behind summer, we're definitely mentally and physically ready for this year.
The program did the Full House video, the Shane Beamer video that you were in. Lots of fun happening here at South Carolina. How do you feel like Coach Beamer and the coaching staff balances allowing you guys to have that fun, but then also taking your job seriously when it's time to get on the field and practice and play?
Yeah, I think it goes to the environment and the culture we have around here. It's a very loving atmosphere. So when things like that are asked to do, like make videos and stuff like that, it's easy to say yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not a very uptight culture where we don't want to do it or whatever, but it's very positive. It's a very loving vibe around here, and we enjoy doing stuff like that.
So Corey, your first year here at South Carolina, how have things been going for you so far in Columbia?
I'd say it's been really good, you know, just being able to transition. I feel like it's been really smooth. You know, it's hard being a transfer, but I feel like I've been kind of fitting in well, finding my place with the team and kind of the people that I like to be around.
Yeah, some of those guys that are a little bit older than you, maybe Josh Vann or a couple of the others, who's really stood out to you in terms of people that have been leaders and mentors on this team?
I'd say DeCarrion Joyner. He's been one guy that's been beside me all summer, just making sure I'm okay with everything, whether it's inside the building or outside. You know, he's always been right there checking up on me, make sure I'm good.
Yeah, and as you head into the season, what do you feel like you've improved on the most over the spring and summer that you're excited to show on the field this fall?
I'd say just style of play, like if the ball's not coming my way, just finding something to do versus just being on the field watching the game. Like whether like if they throw the ball to someone else or the ball is handed out, finding someone to block or like just extra effort down the field.
Coach Stepp has a big personality. What's it like playing for a coach like him and being in his position group?
I say it's definitely fun. It's you got a relationship with your coach. It makes you want to do more for them, and it makes it mean more to you. So I say it's definitely fun.
I'm very excited about this team. Just watching them the whole spring, just on the sideline, just watching the guys. I mean, I'm just so excited just to get out there tomorrow with the guys and just build this new year coming up, so I'm ready for it.
You're certainly a leader for your position group. How has it been with maybe some of the younger guys or the transfer guys that have come in and you being looked at as a leader for a lot of them?
I mean, I just tell the new guys, I mean, like Austin and Nate and all the other new guys, I just tell them just, you know what I'm saying, just treat it like how they was at the other school. Don't be any different just because you at a different school or at a bigger school. Just be yourself.
So Nick, your first year here at South Carolina, you're from Irmo, so you're so close. For you, how much does it mean to be that close to home and kind of be like a hometown hero for the city of Irmo while playing for South Carolina?
Staying at home is always great because I feel like you have the best support system around. You know, my coaches, family, fans. So, I mean, it's big staying at home. I like being a hometown hero, making Irmo pop again. So.
Who have been some of those guys on the team this year who are older than you, who have really taken you under their wing and been leaders during this process of being a freshman?
A lot of leaders in the D-backs room, Devontae Reed, Kendall Smith, Darius Rush, RJ Roderick. You know, those are guys that kind of took me under the wing and put me on some stuff they learned back when they was freshmen, sophomores, and growing along the way. A lot of other leaders on the Zach Pickens, Jordan Birch, guys like that, give me some little knowledge like that.
Talk about the DB room and Cam Smith, and he's such a fun player to watch. He has such a distinct style of play and personality when he's out there on the field. If you were to describe your style of play, your personality as a DB, how would you do that?
I feel like I'm a real versatile player. I can play the safety, I can play nickel, I can play a little linebacker, so I'm real versatile. I feel like I'm nasty on the field. When I'm in the game, I'm locked in and I'm in that mode, and I feel like no one can take nothing from me.